Relationships. So inside of relationships, sometimes our relationship with ourselves is the one that we need to shine a spotlight on. And when I look at myself, I was telling myself for so long, who do you think you are? That was my go-to. It was my MO. It's like, Erica, you have no money, you have no family. Who do you think you are doing all of this stuff? And my relationship with myself was a toxic one. It was like, ooh, good thing I wasn't buying every single thing that the mind was selling, because even though I was hearing that, I can acknowledge, like, okay, you're trying to keep me safe, because if I do think, well, who do I think I am to do it? I won't do it, and I'll stay small. But again, that goes back to the risks not being taken that we just talked about. So here's one way to identify if there's some development to be done with yourself and some self-love to sort of indulge in. And I'm so guilty of this. Do you ever find yourself making excuses, talking about your limitations to your loved ones, to other people, and arguing for why you actually can't do something? No, I literally can't. I don't have the time. I don't. You have no idea what time I got up this morning. You don't know my life. You don't know my life. Arguing in favor of why you can't do something. We are addicted as humans to our limitations. And we are so addicted that we go tell and enroll the people in our lives. We teach them about why we're limited and why they should relate to us as, oh, okay, because we want to feel that love, because we're human beings, we'd love for them to tell us, you're so right. Yeah. To give us that door, that little easy route. They'll say back to you, wow, you really don't have any time to do what you've been wanting to do. Oh yeah, no money, you can't do that, can't enroll in that. Credit cards don't exist, selling your car, selling whatever you need to sell. Those possibilities are all closed off when you're the one standing so strong and tall for your own limitations. Because most of the time, not some of the time, most of the time, it's not the other people telling us why we can't do something, it's us telling us. Is that crazy? Whew. Mind blown. It's us telling us why we're limited. I deserve to be queen. Create something that lights you up, create something that inspires you. But what's the opposite that you can tell yourself to get yourself further in the game and start coming up to bat for what you really want? Not coming up to bat for why you don't have time and why you just didn't get this degree and all of the different things that we're arguing for. We're arguing for our limitations so often, and it's human. It's totally our experience. But this beautiful rooms like this are the ones who get free of it because we know we can catch ourselves inside of that. The other aspect to relationships is the knowledge and awareness of where you are and who someone is relating to you as. So relationships are the most beautiful things you'll ever have in your life. Who here loves someone? Anyone, right? Yes. Who here, that loved one was maybe the person you were grateful for or something that ran through your mind this year? There's a reason. We love these people. And I will say, I didn't actually find out that my stuff was being sold to the state of California until the nanny who raised me built my own room in her house so I'd have somewhere to stay on holidays, had me over, and on my birthday, I remember she was crying and we were sitting there and she said, I have to tell you something. And she took out this little jar from behind her back and said, I'm so sorry. And she started crying and I immediately recognized it, and it was my grandmother's urn. And I said, where did you get this? And, she said, I didn't want to have to be the one to tell you, but your stuff's being sold across the state. And I've been at every swap meet and every flea market. I've seen people and told them not to tell you. They sold me this for $3.99. And I'm like, oh, shit. And in that moment, it should have been this, and not should have been, but traditionally may have been this breaking point where I didn't really think that it could get much worse. But instead what happened was this gratitude and something overtaking me where I was like, I have someone in my life who would spend her Saturdays going across the county trying to find the vendors of my stuff, who was so loving me that she protected me at all costs that year to not know this information. And I started bawling, and she said, I'm so sorry. I said, what you don't understand is you just gave me I didn't say you just gave me a reason to live. And she said, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. And I said, you in my world and loving me and knowing me, I'm going to do all of this for you. And it has created a solid why. I just saw her on Saturday. It's created a solid drive inside of myself. And so when we're talking about relationships, we all have that person in our lives that is driving us and that we love so much that it's fueling our fire, right? And we love them, we want to spoil them, keeping those people close, and also recognizing that one thing people don't look at is, you know how when you're arguing for your limitations, some people will agree with you because you've just taught them that. In your life, you want to have people that hold you accountable. You can walk into a room and you can talk about all of the complaints and reasons you can't do something. And my job in my life with my Passionistas and you guys, everyone who downloads my vision board, everything, all my community, it's my job to stand for as big as they can be. I'm giving into none of the machinery, none of the mechanics, none of the excuses, none of the reasons why, oh, nope, oh, you're slow on time. You're still this person. You are this person in my eyes, and I know it's going to hurt. That growth is going to hurt, but I see you here. This is how I really see you, and I relate to you that way. So start to take inventory of the people in your life who see you for as big as you want to be. Because your loved ones, though they're so in your life and you love them, be aware that they love you so much that when you tell them why you can't do something, they're going to keep you safe. And they're going to agree with you. And for you to be able to know that that's going to happen, and they're trying to keep you not intentionally small, but they are trying to keep you safe. If I'm telling my dad, I'm going to go do this next month, he'll say, an insurance agent is still the safest job in America. And I say, thank you, Dad. And he's not intentionally trying to send me back to 9-to-5 life or whatever he's creating, but I know he loves me. And I know that that is a why. So we have our why relationships, and sometimes they won't push you. Sometimes they won't say, you could be this big. Why? Because they want to keep you safe. Also making sure that your relationships in your world is mixed with those people who see you for as big as Erica wants to be, who see you for as big as you know you are. And you know the friendships because you walk into the room and you feel better. And like we talked about, your emotions on a higher vibrating level makes for a better quality time, a better quality life, and a better quality space.